Hello everyone, welcome to the 5th event of the Biscuit Brawl Season 5, Vine Jump. The rules for this event, this is a new event by the way, all the marbles have to jump off the vine and land in the highest value catch basins. And that'll be how many points they will bring to the team, and the team with the highest total score will win the event. It's kind of similar to Gauntlet Run from last season, but just a little different. Tadpoles will show you, so they'll jump, they'll bounce off, and then they have to try to land in the highest possible catch basin. So they have 9, 8, and then 2, 0. So that's 17 points in total. So that's kind of a mid-run. Heat 1 with the Laser Kiwis. They had an okay event last time. They got 9th, but they still have yet to get a top half finish. So things are not looking good for the Laser Kiwis. But 2 9s right off the bat is pretty good. A 3, not great, but at least it's not a 0, unlike that last marble. So that's a 9 plus 9 plus 3. Look at the scores, that's a 21. That is provisionally first place, but I'm not sure how long that's going to stand. Still, not the worst run it could have been, and those 2 9s will definitely propel the score high. Leapfrogs, the hosts of the season, but they are not having as great of a season as last time. Down in 15th place, currently in the relegation zone. Starting off with a 9 and an 8, and another 9. This looks really great. A 0, which is not good, but a 9, 9, 8. Those are much better than what the Laser Kiwis did. And that is a 26. Which takes the lead away from the Laser Kiwis. So, great showing from our hosts. Going on to Heat 3, the Grape Shots, having another team with a surprisingly poor showing so far. Down in 14th with only 17 points. They have not had the greatest run. Starting off with a 9, but the other 3 are horrible. 1 jumps off the edge. That's still going to be 0 points, but 3 of the members getting 0 points is absolutely atrocious. 9 points. And that is going to be last place, unsurprisingly. They really are not having a great season. Leapfrogs are guaranteed to pass them, I'm pretty sure. Heat 4 are the Tree Huggers. So they have kind of just existed this season. They've kind of just been at the bottom, starting with an 8, a 5, a 3, and a 2. None of them getting 0 points, which is good, but a lot of pretty low value points in general. No 9s, no 10s. There is an 8, but that's only 18 points. That is going to be 3rd place, so it might have been better for them to just have, like, some 0s and some higher value placements. Anyway, Heat 5 Dark Dragons, they've also kind of just been struggling. Aside from their silver, they only have 9 points in the remaining 3 events. But starting off with a 9, 9, and 8, and a 3, so kind of doing what the Leapfrogs did, but actually managing to get one into a points value range. So that'll be a 9, 9, 8, and 3. That is 29 points, and it will take the lead. The hosts will not be happy about that, but the Dark Dragons certainly will. Natural Disasters in a similar boat to the Dark Dragons. Only 10 points of the events that they don't have the silver in. So not great. Will they do similar things to the Dark Dragons? They have an 8, but the rest of them they're all going to the 0. That is only 8 points in total. That is last place, even worse than the Grape Shots, who at least had the decency to get a 9. 6th place, that is very poor. Soulmates, recently got a bronze, I'm pretty sure. So, they're doing... Actually, no, they recently got a poor finish. They got a bronze the event prior, but they got starting off with a 10, a 3, another 10, and his last one looks like it's going to be a 2. That's a great run. That's 25 provisionally. But that's going to be 3rd out of 7. Surprisingly, not enough to beat the Leapfrogs or the Dark Dragons. But those 3 and 2 really bring down the total. But still, not a bad run. A very good run, in fact. Heat 8, we have the Sky Jets. They have certainly existed this season. No medals yet. And a 9, this doesn't look like it's going to change that. A 9, 3, and 2 0s. That's going to be a 12, which is a bad run, let's just say. But not the absolute worst. At least they managed to get 2 marbles to land in points. That'll be provisionally 6th for them. Currently, Dark Dragons will lead with a 29, followed by the Leapfrogs with 26, followed by the Soulmates, and provisional 3rd with 25. Pastry Party have kind of fallen off since their silver in Event 1. Still in the top half, though, so it's not going too horribly. An 8 there, a 5, and ooh, great move by that 1 marble to get themselves a 9. That was really good. This could be a really great run. Probably not going to get into the top 3, and yeah, it's going to be 4th with 25. A 9. That marble looks like they were going to get a 2, but manages to bounce themselves all the way back to a 9. And that was a great rebound by them. Cetacean Nation up now. Still no medals from them, but they still managed to be in the top half, which is pretty impressive. I think they're the highest team without a medal, and it looks like this is a really great run, really consistent, 8, 8, 8, 7, all in like the top 4 most points you can get, and that's enough for a 31, which is enough to take the lead away from the Dark Dragons. Cetacean Nation will take the lead. That I did not see that coming. Chlorophyll Crew up next. They won the first event, haven't done a whole lot since then. They're trying to regain some momentum here. Starting off with a 9, a 3, and the other is not so good. That is a 12. I believe that's the exact same as the Sky Jets. So they, I believe, will get the same amount of points. That's tied 8th out of 11. Yikes. Things are not looking good for the Chlorophyll Crew right now. Next up are the Bubblegummers, who I believe got a bronze, I think, in hurdles. No other medals, but they've been pretty decent so far. Starting off with a 10 and another 10. A 0 there, which is not good, but a 10, 10, and 8. That is a 28, which is enough for 3rd place. Really great for the Bubblegummers. That double 10 really helped them out. If only that one marble that got a 0 instead got a points finish, that could have been like a silver or even a gold. Anyway, next up are the Soapy Bubbles as we enter the top 4. These are really important. Soapy Bubbles, they have a silver right now. I believe they got that in event 1, I want to say. I can't quite remember, but 9 and a 2 and 2 zeros. This is not going to be a good run. That's 11. That is bottom 3, only beating the 2 teams that had only 1 finisher. So yeah, 11, that is not good. Heat 14, we have Flight of Fairies. They got a silver last event, and currently only have top half finishes. So they're trying to continue the momentum. And like starting off with a 10 and 9 is great. 7 also really good. The last marble not getting points is a little unfortunate. But still, 10, 9, and 7 is really great. That's enough for 4th, apparently, which is quite good. That's guaranteed yet another top half finish. So this is looking great for the Flight of Fairies. Heat 15, we have the Soda Pops, who currently have 2 medals, a gold and a bronze. So currently, they're doing quite well. An 8 and 8, a 5 and a 3, quite consistent. That's a 24 in total, which I think is an alright run. Yeah, it's mid-pack, 8th out of 15. All of them finish. None of them particularly impressive. Nothing higher than an 8, which is fine. It's okay, but if they want to pass the Corvid crowd, they're going to need more. Speaking of which, Corvid crowd got 2 gold medals in the last 2 events. Will they get a 3rd one here? The 9 and 8 is pretty good. 4 and a 3. They're definitely not getting another gold medal. That's for sure. Which means I'm pretty sure Cetacean Nation wins the event. 9, 8, 4, 3. That's 24. That's an 8th out of 16. So overall, a good run. Good for them. And I believe it'll definitely be enough for them to keep their lead. Looking at the results, Cetacean Nation, unsurprisingly, still maintains their lead, followed by the Dark Dragons and Bubblegummers. Leapfrogs, they were up there, but they will only get 5th. But still pretty impressive. Congratulations to the Bubblegummers for winning bronze, to the Dark Dragons for winning silver, and to Cetacean Nation for winning gold. Now, looking at the standings so far, Cetacean Nation jumps all the way to 2nd place. Soda Pops and Flight of Fairies both fall down on spot. Corporate Crowd, unsurprisingly, still holds lead. Leapfrogs actually get out of the bottom 2. Grape Shots falling there instead. But anyway, we'll see you next time for Event 2 of the Biscuit Brawl League Vine Jump. Until then, this is Rip Biscuit, signing off.